Welcome back to the Third Perspective channel. Today, we will revisit the combat aircraft projects that were discontinued by the U.S. military. As a military superpower, the United States always leads in the development of advanced weapons, and maintaining battlefield dominance is imperative for the U.S. Army. According to their military doctrine, controlling the skies is the key to dominating the battlefield. Therefore, developing modern and powerful fighter jets has always been a top priority, leading to the inception of numerous projects. To achieve success, we must endure many challenges and at times face the possibility of losing all the effort and money invested. One, the Northrop YB-49 was an experimental prototype jet-powered flying wing bomber developed by the Northrop Corporation for the United States Air Force in the late 1940s. It was derived from the earlier XB-35 and YB-35 propeller-driven flying wing bombers. The YB-49 featured a radical design with no conventional tail or fuselage. Instead, the entire aircraft consisted of a wing structure. It was powered by 8 turbojet engines mounted in 4 pods under the wing. The absence of a tail section was intended to reduce drag and improve aerodynamic efficiency. The YB-49 underwent testing in the late 1940s and early 1950s, but the program was ultimately canceled due to a combination of factors including concerns over stability and handling issues, as well as the emergence of more advanced bomber designs. Despite its cancellation, the YB-49 contributed to the development of flying wing aircraft and influenced later designs such as the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. Replacement project not directly replaced. Reason for discontinuation: technical challenges and lack of production feasibility. 2. The Northrop YF-17 was a prototype lightweight fighter aircraft developed in the 1970s by Northrop Corporation for the United States Air Force's lightweight fighter program, which aimed to produce a smaller and less expensive alternative to the larger, heavier fighters of the time. The YF-17 was a twin-engine single-seat fighter with a conventional tail configuration. It featured a high-mounted wing with leading-edge extensions and full-span trailing-edge flaperons to improve maneuverability. The aircraft was powered by 2 General Electric YJ-101 afterburning turbofan engines. Although the YF-17 ultimately lost the LWF competition to the General Dynamics YF-16, which later became the F-16 Fighting Falcon, it was further developed into the McDonnell Douglas FA-18 Hornet. The FA-18 went on to become a versatile multi-role fighter used by the United States Navy and Marine Corps, as well as several other countries around the world. Replacement project YF-17 evolved into FA-18 Hornet. Reason for discontinuation: FA-18 Hornet selected for production. 3. The Convair B-58 Hustler was a supersonic bomber developed by Convair for the United States Air Force during the late 1950s and early 1960s. It was the first operational bomber capable of sustained Mach 2 flight. The B-58 was designed to serve as a high-speed nuclear bomber capable of penetrating enemy defenses at high altitudes and speeds. It featured a distinctive delta wing configuration with 4 General Electric J79 turbojet engines housed in pods underneath the wing. One of the most notable features of the B-58 was its delta wing design, which provided excellent high-speed performance. It also incorporated advanced features such as a sophisticated electronic navigation and bombing system and a unique conventional tandem cockpit layout, with the pilot sitting in the forward cockpit and the navigator and bombardier sitting in the rear cockpit. The B-58 entered service with the USAF in 1960 and was retired in 1970, after a relatively short operational career. Despite its impressive performance, including setting multiple speed and altitude records, the B-58 faced challenges related to its high operational costs, maintenance requirements, and vulnerability to emerging Soviet air defenses. Although it had a relatively short service life, the B-58 left a lasting legacy as a pioneering supersonic bomber and contributed to the development of subsequent high-speed military aircraft. Replacement project B-58 retired, replaced by B-52 Stratofortress and B-1 Lancer. Reason for discontinuation: cost and performance issues, replaced by more versatile bombers. 4. The North American XB-70 Valkyrie was a prototype supersonic strategic bomber developed by North American Aviation for the United States Air Force during the 1960s. It was one of the most advanced and ambitious aircraft projects of its time. The XB-70 featured a distinctive delta wing design with canards, small wings near the nose, and 6 engines housed in pods beneath the wing. It was designed to fly at speeds of over Mach 3, 3 times the speed of sound, at altitudes of up to 70,000 feet, making it capable of outrunning interceptors and surface-to-air missiles. One of the most remarkable aspects of the XB-70 was its use of compression lift aerodynamics, which took advantage of the shock waves generated by flying at supersonic speeds to enhance lift and reduce drag. This allowed the aircraft to achieve high speeds efficiently. The XB-70 was intended to serve as a high-altitude bomber capable of delivering nuclear weapons deep into enemy territory. However, advances in intercontinental ballistic missile technology and changes in strategic doctrine led to a shift away from manned bombers, and the XB-70 program was ultimately canceled after only 2 prototypes were built. Despite its cancellation, the XB-70 program contributed valuable knowledge and technology to the development of high-speed aircraft and aerospace systems. The remaining XB-70 prototypes are preserved in museums as symbols of advanced aerospace engineering and Cold War-era military innovation. 5. The North American XF-108 Rapier was an advanced interceptor aircraft developed by North American Aviation for the United States Air Force during the late 1950s and early 1960s. It was designed to counter the threat of high-speed Soviet bombers entering American airspace. The XF-108 Rapier was conceived as a high-speed, high-altitude interceptor capable of flying at Mach 3 and reaching altitudes of up to 70,000 feet. It featured a distinctive delta wing configuration with a long, slender fuselage and a single Pratt & Whitney J93 turbojet engine. One of the most innovative features of the XF-108 was its Hughes AN/ASG-18 radar system, which was capable of detecting and tracking targets at long ranges and guiding radar-controlled missiles to intercept them. The aircraft was also equipped with advanced avionics and electronic countermeasures to enhance its effectiveness in combat. Despite its promising capabilities, the XF-108 program was ultimately canceled in 1959 before any prototypes were completed. The cancellation was due to a combination of factors, including changes in strategic requirements, concerns about the aircraft's high cost and complexity, and the emergence of intercontinental ballistic missiles as a more effective means of delivering nuclear weapons. Although the XF-108 Rapier never entered production, it remains a fascinating example of advanced aerospace technology and represents an important chapter in the history of American military aviation. 6. The McDonnell Douglas A-12 Avenger II was a stealthy, carrier-based, supersonic, all-weather strike aircraft developed for the United States Navy in the 1980s as a replacement for the A-6 Intruder. The A-12 program aimed to create a highly advanced aircraft capable of penetrating enemy defenses and conducting precision strikes deep into hostile territory. The A-12 featured advanced stealth technology to minimize its radar cross-section and reduce its detectability by enemy air defenses. It had a sleek, angular design with sharp edges and blended surfaces to deflect radar waves. The aircraft was also equipped with sophisticated avionics and sensor systems to enable precision targeting and navigation in all weather conditions. Despite its promising capabilities, the A-12 program faced numerous technical challenges and cost overruns during its development. The complexity of the aircraft's design, coupled with delays and budgetary issues, ultimately led to the cancellation of the program in 1991 by then Secretary of Defense Dick Cheney. The cancellation of the A-12 program was a controversial decision that sparked legal disputes between the government and the contractors, McDonnell Douglas and General Dynamics. The Navy eventually pursued alternative options for replacing the A-6, including the procurement of the F/A-18E/F Super Hornet. Although the A-12 Avenger II never entered operational service, it contributed valuable lessons to the development of stealth technology and advanced aircraft design. Its legacy continues to influence the development of future combat aircraft. 7. The Northrop Grumman YF-23 was an advanced prototype fighter aircraft developed for the United States Air Force's Advanced Tactical Fighter program in the late 1980s and early 1990s. It competed against the Lockheed YF-22 for the contract to build the next-generation air superiority fighter for the USAF. The YF-23 was a stealthy twin-engine aircraft with a distinct faceted design aimed at reducing radar cross-section. It featured advanced avionics, including a highly integrated flight control system and advanced sensors to enhance its combat capabilities. The aircraft was designed to excel in both air-to-air and air-to-ground missions, with a focus on high-speed agility and survivability. During the ATF competition, the YF-23 demonstrated impressive performance, including higher top speed and greater stealth characteristics compared to its competitor, the YF-22. However, the YF-22 was ultimately selected by the USAF as the winner of the competition, and it entered production as the F-22 Raptor. The exact reasons for the selection of the YF-22 over the YF-23 remain classified, but factors such as cost, maintainability, and industrial considerations likely played a role in the decision. Following the ATF program, the YF-23 prototypes were retired from flight testing and placed in museums. Despite not entering production, the YF-23's design and technologies have influenced subsequent stealth aircraft programs, including the Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit bomber and the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter. 8. The Boeing-Sikorsky RAH-66 Comanche was an advanced reconnaissance and attack helicopter developed for the United States Army in the 1990s. It was designed to replace older helicopters such as the AH-1 Cobra and OH-58 Kiowa in the Army's fleet, with a focus on stealth, agility, and advanced avionics. The Comanche featured a sleek, low-observable design to reduce its radar signature and enhance survivability on the battlefield. It was equipped with state-of-the-art sensor and targeting systems, including mast-mounted radar and infrared sensors, to enable it to perform reconnaissance and surveillance missions in all weather conditions. Additionally, the Comanche was armed with a variety of weapons, including Hellfire missiles and 20mm cannon pods, for engaging enemy targets. Despite its advanced capabilities, the Comanche program faced numerous challenges and setbacks, including technical issues, cost overruns, and changing military requirements. In 2004, after spending over $6.9 billion on development, the Army canceled the program due to concerns about its cost-effectiveness and relevance to modern warfare. The cancellation of the Comanche program was a controversial decision, as it marked the end of the Army's efforts to field a dedicated stealth helicopter. However, many of the technologies developed for the Comanche, such as advanced avionics and stealth design features, have since been incorporated into other helicopter programs, contributing to the continued evolution of rotorcraft technology. E9. The Lockheed Martin X-44 Manta, or multi-axis no-tail aircraft, was an experimental aircraft concept developed to showcase advanced flight control technologies and enhance stealth capabilities. Unlike its predecessor, the F-22 Raptor, the X-44 featured a tailless design aimed at reducing radar cross-section and improving stealth performance. Initially part of a broader initiative to explore next-generation fighter technologies, the X-44 Manta project was halted before moving beyond the conceptual and research stages. Budget constraints and the prioritization of other programs, such as the F-35 Lightning II, led to the cancellation of the X-44 Manta. No actual prototypes were built, and there was no direct replacement project, although the research potentially influenced other development programs like the F-35. 10. The Boeing X-32. The Boeing X-32 was an experimental fighter aircraft developed for the Joint Strike Fighter program, which aimed to produce a multi-role fighter for the United States and its allies. The X-32 competed against the Lockheed Martin X-35 for the JSF contract, with the latter ultimately winning and becoming the F-35 Lightning II. During the JSF competition, the X-32 faced significant challenges, including issues with its complex lift fan propulsion system and less favorable flight performance compared to the X-35. The X-35 demonstrated superior performance in key areas such as flight handling, range, and stealth characteristics, ultimately leading to its selection as the winner of the JSF contract. Number of prototypes 2. Replacement project Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II. Main reason for cancellation: lost competition to the Lockheed Martin X-35 F-35 due to design and performance issues. In the future, there will surely be many more types of fighter aircraft developed, but it is evident that only the most suitable ones will be retained, while those that are not suitable will be eliminated, much like natural selection. Which aircraft model do you feel the most regret about? Leave your comments below and let us know. See you in the next video.